the United States is provoking North Korea. They keep putting more and more sanctions on them. It's economic warfare. You know, yes, North Korea has a nuclear weapon. How many does Pakistan have? How many does India have? How many does the United States have? Hey, how many does the UK have? How many does France have? How many does Israel have? How many are out there? The United States is running war game drills all around the region. If anybody out there without attention deficit disorder may remember that the United States lost the Korean War back in the 50s, and General Dwight D. Eisenhower, who didn't want to sacrifice the slaughtering of our troops, ended the war. So what are they going to do? Get into another one? Does anybody in this country ever remember what this nation was based upon? Or have an inkling of what the founding fathers preached about not getting involved in foreign entanglements? The United States has had troops in South Korea now since when? The end of the Korean War in 1950s. We have no business being there. We have no business being in Iraq and Afghanistan. We have no business starting wars in Syria and Libya. We have no business starting a war in Vietnam. And it's just another losing war that's going to end up in weapons of mass destruction, annihilating millions if this madness is not stopped. Korea, I mean, come on. You know, I mean, you look at these pictures of this guy, you know, under a lean-to with equipment out of the, 1960s. I mean, they could turn North Korea into glass within seconds. So they're not going to be striking anybody. But it's economic warfare. The United States is also waging it against Iran with sanctions. You know, it's none of our business. And by the way, if anybody out there says it is our business, my suggestion to you is pack up your gear, take your wife, your kids, and yourself, and go lead the charge. Go fight the Koreans. Oh, you don't want to do that? Then go send your money. Because I'm sick of this crap. They just lost the Iraq War. They just celebrated the 10th anniversary. Hey, I didn't see any victory parades. When I was a kid growing up, I used to see victory parades all the time for commemorating World War II. Hey, what a great job the losers in the military did with Afghanistan. Oh, you remember that guy, Stanley McChrystal Meth, the guy that's teaching leadership courses now, that was running the Afghan war? Oh, you remember what he said. The troops surge, the troops surge. That's right, all you liberals out there that love Obama, who sent 33,000 more troops there to sacrifice their lives for nothing. And what happened? Oh, I remember Stanley McChrystal Meth saying, as goes Kandahar, so goes Afghanistan. Bye-bye, Kandahar. Bye-bye, Afghanistan. Why would any thinking adult put their trust in the American military industrial complex when all they have done is what General Dwight D. Eisenhower warned? They would rob us of the genius of our scientists, the sweat of our laborers, and the future of our children. And they're at it again. The American military has not won a war since World War II. And now they're gonna do another one. Yeah, B-2s all over the Korean Peninsula. Wonderful. And let's not forget to provoke the Chinese while we're at it. I've been talking about a bank holiday now for a year and a half. It's nothing new. Of course it is. They just stole the money from the Cypriot people. And the way the prostitutes made it in the United States, again, hey, it's them Russian oligarchs, I tell you. Yeah, they were money laundering. Yeah, not like they're doing in the Cayman Islands. Hey, that's different. Different than Switzerland or Monaco. No, no. This is Eastern Europeans. They're not taking the hit. The people are. You know the controls that they've put on. You can't leave the joint with $1,000, you know, or thereabouts. They you could take $300 out every couple of weeks. Hey, I got one for you. We're not going to cash any checks, but you could deposit them. And they love the language that they use. They call it haircuts. Why, I just got one. Oh, and how about this one? A tax on deposits. Could any adult say stealing your money? We're in the Easter season. I know it may offend a lot of people out there if I mention the word Jesus Christ during Easter, but I'll take that risk. Think about it. The only time that Jesus Christ, the Prince of Peace, becomes violent is when he picks up a whip to chase the money changers out of the temple. 1,800 years later, and by the way, here's a cover from our Trends Journal in the summer of 2012. Jesus Christ chasing out the J.P. Morgan Chase, the Dexias, the Credit Suisse, and the Goldman Sachs gang among them. 1,800 years later, James Madison, a founding father, President of the United States, history records that the money changers have used every form of abuse, intrigue, deceit, and violent means possible to maintain their control over governments by controlling money and its issuance. Nothing has changed. When are the people going to grow up, stand up, and rise up? Who made this up that we have to protect the money changers? Do you know what I think? I think it was the money changers who crucified Christ, because he chased them out of the temple more than once. It's the money changers that are destroying this planet. It was the money changers that made the Prince of Peace become violent. What more proof does anyone need? It is right in front of our eyes, and the people bow down to them. It's a disgrace. And that's what this is, the merger of state and corporate powers. It's a takeover. It's fascism. So they'll allow you to do anything they want. You know that there's, in Cyprus, the Eurozone, the ECB guarantees it to 100,000 euros. And they were trying to, and they're screwing the people now. Not only the people over 100,000, they're losing 40% of their dough or more. They may lose all of it. I will not tell people what to do. My motto is think for yourself. Here's what I do. Number one, why would you keep a lot of money in the bank when they're not giving you anything back on it? That's number one. Number two, speaking for myself only, I do not give financial advice, and I don't care what you do. I buy gold and silver. Have been for years, on record. People could go to our website, trendsjournal.com, and there you'll see in 2002 me calling the bottom of the gold market when gold was selling at $275 an ounce in the Trends Journal.
What is your clock? Where's your timing of when we'll be in some sort of regional or world war?
It's very hard to put a time limit on it, a time point. You know, when are the psychopaths and sociopaths going to do the next stupid thing? That's all this is. That's all they are. Look at these people. Name them. Cameron? Could that guy fight? He couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag. Hollandaise? Yeah, I could give you the next word, but, you know, this is a family show. What could this guy fight? Obama? Oh, yeah, he's rough on the basketball court. You got a bunch of chicken hawks, psychopaths, and sociopaths that are leading the world to war. And so unless the people stand up and make a stand, what's going on in Italy, by the way, Beppe Grillo's five-star movement, that to me is a model. It's a movement. It's not a protest. Protests are what they do in Tunisia and Egypt, and all they do is result in a new boss replacing the old boss. We need a new way. We have to break up the old systems. Anybody with half a brain and the other half still alive from not taking prescription drugs to, you know, chill them out, knows that the government is being controlled by a mafia. No, not the Gambinos or the Bananos, not the Jewish mafia, the Russian mafia, or the or any other mafia, the Japanese mafia. This is a mafia of money changers in the military. All the politicians are just the wise guys, you know? They're the mouthpieces for the capo di capos. And all the soldiers out there, the police and the paramilitary, they're no more than goon squads working for the wise guys. They know who their bosses are. It's a takeover. So unless the people want to remain in servitude, work very hard to give everything that they have to them, that's the way it's going to continue. But when the people start speaking up, rising up, and saying, I had enough of your crap, get out of here, I want to bring really democracy back to this country. Look, Greg, what kind of country is the United States? When people have worked all their lives, and now are losing their homes, not only because of the foreclosures, but even worse than that. They can't pay property and school taxes, so you're stealing their homes. What would Jesus say?